All right. Hey. Hi, I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time. Tejano Talk. No, for It's Tejano Time.
Oh
There you
my
go.
goodness, which one is it?
I've been busy. Go,
Yeah,
go,
you
go,
have.
Nemo. Go, Nemo.
I
Want
think
me
you're
to start
lagging.
over? You want me to start
Yeah,
over?
I think you're lagging.
Am I lagging?
Yeah, I think you are.
Okay, then you.
Uh-oh. So I'm Nemo with Tejano USA, and here we're gonna have the latest edition of Tejano Talk on Tejano Time. Yeah, something like that. And
Okay.
we have another guest that happened to have gone through Lawrence's show first. What a surprise! What a surprise!
What are you doing, Nemo?
I'm
Hey,
just
let's start over. Let's start.
saying it
Hi,
fast.
I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time.
And I'm Nemo with Tejano USA again.
And you're listening and watching the Todd Rock. Okay, so forget the first 10
Yeah.
seconds of it. All right. All right. I just got back. I am so tired from fanfare, but it was a great time. And okay, I did see some of our viewers at fanfare. Janie,
Nice.
Janie. I
Nice.
apologize to her again. She gave me a recommendation.
All right. All right. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
She told me that we need to bring the chat in throughout the whole show rather than the last 15 minutes.
How come? Why? What's going on?
Because they want to ask questions, and sometimes by the time we read it, the question's already been passed by. We don't have enough time.
So what if we're talking in depth with the person,
That that's
and
what
then
I was saying.
so did you tell her that?
No,
Okay,
that's what I was thinking.
that's enough. Let's talk to our
All right,
guests.
all right. Wait, before that, let's make sure everybody knows this.
Let's not.
Let's come on.
Let's not. They know. They know to
No, no,
subscribe
no,
and
no, no, no,
and
no.
blah 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 blah
They
blah
don't
blah.
subscribe to YouTube. We want more artists on the show they get the bit. Nemo, yeah, okay. They know what to do. Subscribe, tell all your friends. If you want to contact me, you just email me, not Nemo. Nemo's not going to answer your email, but contact me at ItsTejanoTime@gmail.com. And Nemo, all day I've been researching our guest. And
What is
okay,
the research, man? He's been here since the '90s. No
well, okay,
research on him. You should
when,
already know.
okay. When I booked our guest Potente, I'd never heard of him before.
What?
And wait a second. And then when I told you who we were having, he said, "Oh, great, awesome," like that. And I said, "Oh, Nemo knows this band, so I got
Yeah,
to do some of my research."
a
And then,
flashback to me.
okay, well, okay, you know what? Let's. Whoops, wait a second. I've got to get our guest queued up. All right, all right. Here's our guest, Johnny Quintanilla from Potente. Okay, here we go.
Look out! Look
Up?
out!
What's up, guys? Thank you.
Uh,
No, I
Okay,
appreciate it, guys.
let me defend myself here. Okay.
the 2024 version.
Okay. Yeah. 2025 now. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
All
We're in
right.
the ballpark.
I want to defend myself because Anthony and I we did talk, and we have something in common. Okay. Well, again, Nemo, you knew who Potente was. I had I've been taking a 20-year hiatus, and I found out that you guys took like 15, 20-year hiatus.
Yeah, that's why whenever they said Potente, I said, "Whoa, that's a flashback Sunday or whatever." You know, like, all right, that's cool. Let's have them.
Yeah, but I'm a new fan because I've been listening to all their music because I do the research, and that I've got some videos keyed up for later,
Sweet.
but I really enjoy and okay, I watch a lot of these interviews, and well, you know what, I saw this one, so I decided to go back and check them out, and I saw this video from. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should let you talk.
No, I mean, I'm listening.
Please.
Hey,
Okay.
it might be more impactful if you say it. I don't
Let's,
know.
Okay.
let's not forget whose show it is.
Okay.
Let's not forget
Well,
whose show it is.
let me show you the video that I saw, and I was going, "Oh my god! I wish I had known these guys back in the day." Okay, and let's see if I. Oh, did I cue this one up? Oh, dang on it. Okay, when I refreshed it, took off my scene. So,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
okay, so
Good excuse. Good
okay,
excuse.
Nemo, ask me a question.
We have we have no money for producers, Anthony. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
You know,
It's okay, man.
what you see is what you get. We're like
It's
straight
all,
up Mexican. You know what I mean?
it's all good, man. As long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters.
So
I
where have
try.
you guys been, man? Where y'all been?
here and there and everywhere, except in the music, right?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
like I said, we played. You remember us, Nemo. Obviously, you're talking about. You remember the heydays back there when Potente
yeah.
was
Yeah.
dancing, dejándonos caer, putting the
Uh,
instruments behind our neck and all
the
that.
bajo sexto,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, those were some good times. But we were really young, and then life happens. You get married, and
And get the jealous wives, and yeah,
there
I hear you.
you go.
I hear
Hey,
you.
it ain't the same anymore, bud.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hear you.
That,
Hey, you want to
that's
be married or you want to play? Which is it?
It's me or the road.
And
all right.
sometimes if you choose the woman, it's a good thing. Sometimes you choose
It can be, yeah, it can be.
friends. Hey, what's the luck you have? What kind of luck do you have?
Yeah, yeah.
Rolling the dice, baby. Rolling the dice.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? The Iconics, the lead singer, his name used to be Alex. That started there. Are you familiar with Alex, the lead singer?
You know Mike and the Iconics, Jimmy Gonzalez's
I know
band?
Mike and the
Yeah, yeah.
Conics.
Well,
Yes.
Mhm.
uh, well, it
Yes.
was a kid.
The
He was like,
original lead singer that they once they broke up and formed the band. I mean, once Jimmy passed away and they formed the band, they had
yeah.
this kid.
And then he quit because of his girlfriend. And we're going,
Ooh,
no, that's the worst thing you could have done.
Yeah.
ooh.
Like that. We're saying, and then they had another lead singer, and he was great and everything, but it turns out that that girl was pregnant, and so that's why he had to do it. And then now he's back. I think
Now
his
he's
name.
back.
I
Because he
think
needs
his
the money, probably, right?
probably. Yeah, but his name is Alex, and he's really good. And okay, and you were talking. I have the video queued up, and you were talking
Do
about
it.
the way you got used to dance. This is what I saw the first time. So let's get into it. This is the TMA 16, I think, at
16. Right.
at the Alamo Dome. Okay, here we go.
Hands together for Potente.
Linda morenita de ojitos cafés, te quiero mucho, ya volví otra vez, sabes que te quiero con todo el corazón. Nunca se me olvida el amor de los dos. Y ahora, juntos los dos, viviremos felices. Bien sabes, mi amor, nunca morenita, me olvido de ti. Mi amor y mi vida, todos son para ti. Y ahora, juntos los dos, viviremos felices. Bien sabes, mi amor, nunca morenita, me olvido de ti. Mi amor y mi vida, solo son para ti, solo son para ti, solo son para ti. desde San Antonio, un grito por ahí.
All right. That's what I saw. I was going.
Now, can you still do that move?
I
Where
have
you get up, where you get
stretch.
up off your back.
I have to stretch. Maybe take some pills before. Make
Hey, you know
In
what?
that case, I could do it then.
I believe you. I believe that you could do have those moves because I've seen some other videos you've done, and I said, "Damn, this guy could dance." But okay, people didn't see this, but I was watching your face when you were watching that, and I know certain artists don't like to see how they performed back in the day. I love that episode. I mean, I when I saw you crouch, I mean, lay back and all that other stuff, uh, it was awesome. That's the first.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I see that. I don't watch it very often, but it honestly, it's funny as you say that because it was a very nostalgic feeling to watch it. I remember being there, and the reason. Let me tell you what I was thinking while you're
Okay.
watching this. I said I was thinking of the story that I was going to tell you about. There's
Okay.
multiple things that happened there. That I was going to tell you. A lot of people don't know this, obviously. If you that year. Uh, of course, everything there was nobody played for real. Okay, it was all backtracks. But
Oh,
they,
it was. I
yes,
didn't
they
know that.
recommended. Well, I'm gonna take it a step further. They
Okay.
recommended that the artist would actually sing. Okay, and we weren't the greatest singers. Okay,
Okay.
at that time. Now today, I wouldn't even care, but we kill it. I don't care. And I mean, I mean, you're bien maduro, so I mean, well, I can kill that song no matter what. If I'm sick, I can kill that song. But in those days, I mean, we had never played. I mean, there was 55,000 people in there. We had never played a crowd not even close to that. So to step into that, I remember going when we were behind stage. I remember looking around because I was the one first coming out. I looked behind the curtain. I was like, "Oh my goodness, man!" But we're not playing. Okay, we're just faking. But we
Gotcha.
had to actually sing. So, and then came to find out, I'm looking at everybody, all the bands, Intocable and everybody, nobody's singing. We're the only ones that sang for real.
Wait,
Oh,
you
Yes,
had to do a
everybody else.
live. You were singing on a track.
No, yes, we were playing to the track. That's why at the end it's a little bit Nunca Morenita because where the tempo we're like we're nervous. Everybody else is perfect because they ain't really singing.
okay.
Mazo's on there, by Pulido, none of them sang. I was like, well, badass, this is great. I was like, why couldn't we do that? Freddie's telling us, no, you guys gotta sing, you gotta sing. You're gonna take the worst singers here and you're gonna have them sing live. And you got Joe Lopez, you got Ricky Munoz, Pai Pulido. These are way better singers than we are, and they're faking it. The Tropa F and everybody's like, you got to be kidding me. And that's one thing. And then two, I remember we were young, man. We didn't care. We didn't know. This was when we were barely the thing was blowing up. So my mom and dad, Freddie Records had bought us a table down over here by the underneath the stage and stuff. Well, my mom and they're up there on the second. I don't know where they are in the where it's the second, the 200 or wherever, and the
Second
album
level.
the second level. So we're in our suits and everything, man. Oh, that's it, man. They nos pescaron ahí arriba, taking pictures all over the place. All the fans, look, this is the dudes are just down there. Bam, bam, everybody taking pictures up there. Harris, so I don't know who was playing after that, but all the people on that 200 section were taking pictures with us up there. My
Yeah.
mom was up there, so we would take. I mean, it was a high. So, like I
Yeah,
said, those are the things that I remember watching that video, and I'm like, man, it's been a long time. It's been a
yeah.
long time.
That's definitely a feel good moment, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
When I was reading your face, I didn't read that.
But that's what was going on in my that's what was going on in
Okay.
my by the
Because
way.
we've had some artists we have another thing in common. Uh, Stephanie. We're both big fans of Stephanie Montiel,
Oh yeah.
which I happen to see her this weekend and give her a hug and stuff like that.
I've never met her, but
Oh,
I've always since she first came out when they were when she was Voltage, I love the way she sang then. I like her passion, her energy, all
oh
the
yeah.
songs that she does. It's I think she's just got her own little grit to her. For me, in my opinion,
Yeah.
separates her from all the rest of the female
She's
artists.
even better now than she
Oh,
was.
I know. Trust me.
And that's the vibe I got from you. That I said because I was thinking I said, God, can you hear my vocals? I said, I've gotten so much better, and you have gotten much better in your vocals. You've changed a lot in your. Oh no, I'm giving you a compliment.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I had a guy here at the ranch when I was working, and he didn't know who he was speaking with. Very similar to old
Okay.
buddy here. He didn't
Yeah.
know who he was speaking with. So we're there. We're talking about Frontera and Intocable and all this, And I tell him, I said, yeah, man, I'm a Potente, this and this and that. Okay, well, yeah, cool, cool, cool. And I said, you know what? I said, in the past 30 years, I said, the guys who played 30 years ago, who still play today, or let's say 20 years ago
All right.
and today, I said, the vocalists who have made the biggest strides. I said, now, I'm not going to compare myself to these guys, but the strides. I said, look, Ricky Munoz, you go back to when he first started singing, man, he didn't sound nothing like he's singing today, man. He sounds
Yeah.
phenomenal today. The nuances he could do with his voice. Oscar Ivan Trevino, another thing. Go listen to his first recordings to what he does now. I mean, Oscar Ivan Trevino is I mean, really polished himself up. I said, but you listen to me, 1995, 96, and listen to this. And that's funny because we have the songs, Besos Bonitos, No Me Culpes, Hombre Muerto, those are all remakes. So you can go and find the 97, 90, 95, 96, 97 versions of those and listen to the 24, 25 version. I said, and now you'll know. I put it on the guy. He's like, I said, yeah. I said, so now you know what I'm talking about. I'm not comparing myself to Oscar Ivan Trevino as a singer or Ricky Munoz. What I'm saying is, I have made strides like those guys. Bobby Pulido. You listen to Bobby Pulido in 1996, Cindy Don't Know, and all that, man. He was great then.
Yeah.
Dude, he had a phenomenal voice then. He's only gotten better over the years. But my point is, you could still know right now if you listen to him, Cindy Don't Know, and you listen to him today, you know it's Bobby Pulido. You listen to me in 1995, 96, 97. Listen to me right now, you'll say, that's not the same guy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. But I don't think Bobby was that good at the beginning, to be honest with you.
I actually liked his voice. I actually
Yeah,
liked
in
his
the
voice.
beginning, whenever he came out, I was going, man. I go, I think he's getting pulling that tail that riding that tailcoat
Yeah.
because of his dad and stuff. So,
Well, yes, but if
uh,
you listen to his, what I mean by how he was good was his tone.
yeah,
He didn't have to have a
he just
great
had
tone.
good songs. That's all. That's what
Yeah,
it's
so,
about.
but
And
he
he
had
had a look. You know, he was young and he was
Good
the it
looking
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
they
So
market
yeah.
him
Yeah.
well.
I mean,
Remember,
yeah.
yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's. I mean,
He sound like I said. If you listen to those songs and you listen to them singing them right now, they sound very similar. I mean, si
mm,
está más maduro, está más, I mean, 25 años, 25 years later, you're going to sound different. What
right.
I'm saying is, you go listen to him. What do you call it? No sé por qué te quiero más cuando te have him sing it today. You know it's by Pulido.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of all that. Yeah, I mean, again, I not. I mean, he was out there and stuff, but he just got better. He just
Oh
got
yeah,
better and better
of
and better.
course.
Yeah.
It was a starting point for him, and it just maybe I wasn't used to that sound or something back in the day, but I just remember thinking, okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. You think they're
really
good.
like it.
Yeah, you think they're good back in the day, but they're even better now. Just
oh,
like you,
absolutely,
you were good back in the day. You're better now, in my opinion. Because, like I said, this is the first time I've ever listened to your music. So when I listened to that track, I mean, from there
Okay.
until when I listen to your newer stuff, the remixes and stuff, I notice a big change in your voice, and I like what I hear. And your style has changed too. Uh, when
no
I
hair, no mullet cut,
oh
What's
yeah,
that?
no
No,
mullet.
mullet.
yeah, my hair don't grow like that. I can't even grow any more hair. What are you talking about, man?
Hey,
Dude,
You're like
I was watching the video. That's funny. Another thing I was watching the video of my brother, his long curly hair, like, and
yeah,
boy,
and now he's
that again. And I wish he could grow that hair like that again.
oh yeah. I mean, I used to have a kind of a mullet back in the day. I had a ponytail back in the
Oh
day
yeah,
too.
what you gonna find out about the show, Anthony? That everything's about him. I mean, you could be talking about a haircut. Oh, you know what happened? He always got to have one up. Go ahead and tell us about your mullet cut, buddy. Go ahead.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
that's much from other cuts.
You'll have to watch previous shows and
Yeah.
stuff like that. More of
Okay,
those
you got to
things
catch
like
up
that.
on it. All right.
Okay. Now, uh, I don't know if Nemo knows this, but you are signed with Freddie Records for all and okay. And Nemo, this another thing is, I had this. We were talking earlier about Marcus Daniels. This is before pre-show, and I I told Mark first time I met him. I said, "Wow, so you're the second black guy that sings Tejano." And then he just ripped me. Nemo and Marcus ripped me, and I go, "What?" And he said, "You don't know about Bobby Butler?" I said, "Who's Bobby Butler?" And so they were just dissing me and all that. I said, if they didn't have a music video back in the '90s, I didn't know who they were. You were with Freddie Records back in the
You
second
started
half
with
of
Freddie
the
Records, right?
I think so.
That was our first go around
Yeah.
right there when we got our first start with them. You know, we won a conjunto competition, and the
Right.
recording contract was with
Yeah.
Freddie. We recorded several CDs with them. I mean, and
That's the one with the Junior Bro with the guitar, and he went. There's just two
that
of y'all,
was
right?
that was the Kirian Mas, Linda Morenita one. That's the most
Yeah,
popular.
Linda Bonita, huh?
We had two prior to that, and then four or five after that. Like I said, I mean, the ride was quick. You know, we didn't have the greatest management. Like I was telling Buddy earlier as well that you know my dad was the one who managed us, and although he always had our best interest at
Absolutely.
heart, that's the positive side of it. Negative side is you don't know the business side. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Right.
So, and a lot of times you see it all the time. You get the guy that knows the business, and then you end up with they take your money. They got you here there. They I mean you hear it. I've heard the stories of the Sombra. Heard the
Yeah.
stories of Tejano's making. I mean playing 4 or 5 days a week, and they don't have the money to show for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because somebody else making now. Yeah, if you have your father so and so, now he has your best interest at heart, but you don't have all the connections.
He
So
doesn't have the connections.
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know what I mean? And that's where we were. My dad took very good care of us. Nobody was taking advantage of us, so to speak. But there was no doors being open because he didn't know the business side of it. So
Right.
it is what
Now,
it is. It's our story.
now, Nemo has a relationship with Bobby. So
Yeah, back in the day, yeah,
okay.
I mean,
Okay,
we're talking
okay.
about, we're talking about. I mean, back in the day, I
You
was
went
with
to
a,
his wedding.
yeah,
You went to his
so
wedding.
yeah, so I was with a radio station and back in the day, and that's when you know, no, I actually had newspaper, and we did a contest, and when he first started, and you know, it was win a date with Bobby and stuff. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. It was pretty
And
cool.
Nemo won. Nemo won the date.
People want
Okay, but you were talking about like father and son, a parent like being a manager and stuff like that, and you riding the coattails. Well, there's a story that Bobby actually got Roberto, his dad, a better deal when he signed when Bobby was signing. He said, "I will only do this deal if you improve my dad's contract." So he got his
awesome.
dad some extra money. At least that's the story I remember hearing about that. But so it kind of sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get bad stuff. All right.
Well, like I said, I mean, and that's different because they're both performing. Like I said,
Yes.
as
It is
far as
different, totally different.
Okay.
that
And
aspect of
he knew the business.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Roberto
exactly.
knew the business.
Dad knew the business, and that's all the business. Whereas my dad didn't necessarily know the business, didn't have any
That's true.
influence in there, and I think that that's a big reason why our that window didn't last longer because it could have lasted longer. And then I'm not gonna shed blame on my dad. My dad did the best he could. We loved him to
Absolutely.
Of
death.
course. Of
Our
course.
best interest. The one thing and the most important thing is that he made sure we were taken care of. He drive us everywhere. We were never in any bad positions, anything because he made sure that his sons and the guys in the band, which were basically like his sons, for his
Right.
sons, were very well taken care of at all times. So I mean, even though we didn't maximize that window, we weren't in any trouble or anybody really taking advantage of us, and that's something that not everybody can say.
Oh
Right.
yeah, especially in this business. I
Hmm.
mean, look at that video with Jennifer Pena, where that lady's trying to talking all that noise about her and stuff. So yeah,
Okay. Well, and so when I was getting at you were Freddie Records, and Freddie Record didn't put in a lot of money into music videos. And back in the day, I only had one music video from Freddie Records, and it was for Jaime Danda, like that.
wow. Was that your rival?
I,
No, as a matter of fact, we were great friends.
Oh, good. All
okay.
right, that's cool.
And you just you performed recently with Jaime Danda, right? Or
Right?
you're going to?
It was no, we did here on February 1st.
With or without the chamacos?
No, without here recently. No, yeah, Jaime. No, dude, I hadn't seen Jaime. I ran into Jaime about 10 years ago. Yeah, about 8 or 10 years ago here in Alice. We were both invited to a birthday party, one of the DJ's sons, and I hadn't seen him prior to that, probably 10 years or so. So I get to see him like every 10 years, and we hit it off. But Jaime and I have always been real good friends. and then I saw him here, and we talked, and it was great to catch up with him. And just I told him, I said, "Hey, Jaime," I have told it to the people. I said, "Look, I got Jaime coming up here in a little bit. You guys don't go away. You know what? If it's not for Jaime de Anda, there is no Potente. You know what I mean?" And I
Yeah,
told him, we
yeah.
took pictures at the end of the night. I said, "Jaime, and there is no, if it ain't for you and what you started, many years ago, man, people like us, Albert Zamora, Diego
Yeah.
Grupo Oros, those bands don't exist. That's because of you, man. And thank you, because I don't know if I'll see him again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've seen him every 10 years. Hell, I don't know if he's gonna last another 10 years. If I'm
Yeah,
gonna last 10 years. So to
yeah.
be able to see that, take a picture with him one last time, I mean, it was special.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. That's badass to acknowledge him and stuff. That's good.
Yeah,
Of
I just
course.
saw him past weekend at Fanfare.
Hmm.
Okay, and he's still good. His performance was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but that's one of the things when I saw that video at the TMA, I said those boots look familiar. That turn looks familiar.
Well, who?
Like,
I mean, dude, everybody, we wanted those boots like Jaime so bad. It was
exactly.
unbelievable. And I got a story. I'm gonna share it to you. I didn't, because I know, buddy, you like things that
Yeah.
haven't said on other podcasts. Well, here's one. I'm gonna give you
Thank
one.
you.
Okay,
Thank you
It's
for
a
that.
nugget, buddy. So make sure people are watching, okay? Or make sure right
a
about
little
the
nugget, a little
the
nugget. Okay.
28 minute mark. Those boots were bought in the women's section of Walmart, just so you'll know.
Ouch.
And we
Nice.
wanted them, and we would, hey, they had a little pico like that. We would bend the pico down inside so it would look straight like Jaime's. Hey, we
Yeah,
couldn't find them, and we couldn't afford them. What are you talking about? So I'm like, man, we're gonna go with it. It looked good enough for me. We wear
Yeah,
them
yeah.
after the shows. Man, they were so comfortable. We put them. We would just take our pants out, put it over. We go to the Whataburgers, walking around in those damn boots. We didn't care. There's your nugget, buddy. I didn't
Uh,
tell that to nobody else but to you.
that is cool. That is cool.
you
Yeah,
know what?
well,
The next
I
time,
bought shoes from Walmart before, I might add. They're
But in
pretty
the
cool.
women's section,
No, no, that I haven't. Yeah.
next time I see Jaime, I'm going to ask him if he got his boots from the women's section.
no, no, I'm quite sure but at that time he was already paying some good money
Okay,
for it, man. He was making some good money in those days. He was getting the good stuff. We were getting the
okay,
cheap shit, but it was okay, man. As long as we looked the part, it was all right.
Yeah,
that's
by
fair.
far, yeah.
It
That's
didn't matter
true.
if they were girls' boots. Who cared? Nobody knew that. Hell,
Nobody,
you
yeah.
know that. You know that.
Until now, nobody knew that.
We had D. Burleson from Culturas. He said he had a shop in the women's wardrobe area to get some of his outfits also. So you're not the
in
only
the
one that shop.
Oh, well,
in the big women's section.
in the big women section, that's a big, tall woman, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
It ain't no small woman there.
well,
No,
he got a
no,
lot bigger now.
no. He got a lot bigger.
So he's got to go to plus, 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 plus woman. Okay.
That's all good.
But that's the one reason why I didn't know of you because you didn't have a music video back in the day.
Dude, honestly, that was one of the way everything ended and how,
Same as Bobby Butler. I didn't know who he was either.
that was one of the things that they got me pretty bad back in those days when we stopped playing. So we never got to make an official video, and we would ask Freddie, man, well, we earned it with Linda Morenita. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
dude, okay,
Yeah,
you blew it. You blew it with Linda Morenita. You didn't make the video. I understand we can't go backwards, but hey, give it to us on Siempre a mí or Hombre Muerto. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the work that we put in with Linda Morenita, I thought more, and that whole CD, I thought we earned the opportunity to at least get one video on our next CD of Siempre a mí. They didn't, and it's funny. A year later, every damn artist that was there, and I'm not Freddie Records is my family, bro. I
Oh
bleed
yeah.
trumpet. I worked for John Martinez, and he wouldn't even care if I said this because he knows it's true. He knows it's true. That's like my brother, okay? That's my family. Oh, I've been whatever they need. But the truth is the truth. A year
Right.
after, every damn artist that was there, that they were pushing was having videos. Jody
Yeah.
Farias had multiple videos after that. I say, bro, I'm like, dude, you couldn't give us one? They're like, dude, one?
what were they saying? Why was the reason behind that?
Oh, well,
They
Freddie,
didn't believe in music videos back then.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Jody Farias got some, so they believe some kind of music
Because
video.
at that moment, around that time, it was just the transition when everything what you're talking about, they started to realize that you need music videos because the thing was turning. The music videos were starting to become popular,
Yeah.
and if you wanted to be in the competing with Capitol and
Yeah.
Sony,
Tony.
Voltage,
EMI. Yeah.
exactly. You needed to have their artists were all doing videos, so they needed to start doing videos. But we were on this end. Well, y'all didn't sell as much as last time, so well, you have to sell again. I said, well, when we did sell, you didn't give it to us. Come on, man, give us
Rick,
one.
can't you give us credit?
And,
Can't you give us credit?
and you know what? Back in the day, the TV in the DFW, I was the only one playing music videos. I had a video show here, and
So
so
you were the only one
okay,
that you knew of.
Only one you knew.
okay. The only one that was consistent. Let's put it that way. I was consistent.
Okay.
Okay, I have over 200 TV shows back in the day, but Tejano Country was music videos. Rock and Roll James with I think it was what was it called, Buddha Vida, back in the day, or
Nobody cares.
I don't know.
Nobody cares.
Well, those are the three shows that they were all music videos, so we were like VJs instead of DJs,
Okay.
and so that, and I guess that's what I guess Freddie Records didn't see until later, like
Later,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
What Nemo was talking about with Jody Farias, because Jody Farias came in at that crucial time. It was a year later that he
Yeah.
came in after us, and when they started to realize that if they wanted to be in compete with those other companies, they were going to have to do that. And of course, we didn't sell as many as we did on Querían Más and on Siempre a Mí, and then we changed the name because a lot of that was because the company Freddie Records, if you remember the Tiranos del Norte, they were real big at that time. They were young, just a bit older than we were, and that was a bigger market. We could play that music because that's what our background was. So they said, well, we want another Tiranos del Norte. Why don't you guys put your Potentes del Norte, start playing music like Ramon Ayala? Maybe I'll become the next Tiranos del Norte. Well, guess what? That market is like 100 times bigger than this one.
Yeah.
And all you see is the Mexican people say, "Oh, esos son pochitos del otro lado." Oh man, it doesn't matter how good you can sing. It doesn't matter. They look at you, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dress. It's over. You ain't coming over here. Not no.
You ain't original.
We
You're a
got our own.
stepchild.
Exactly. And that was that. If there's one thing that I regret is making that move. If I could go back and do it again, I would stay playing Potente the way Potente was in our first 3 or 4 CDs. Continue making music like that way, because it was a different sound. It was an original sound. Versus once you got our fifth CD and sixth CD, it was more like a bunch of Ramon tunes, Ramon style. That's a dime a dozen. The bands that sound like that. Versus Potente and those first 3 or 4 CDs. I mean, that we had our sound, man. You know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
did. You
Yeah,
definitely did.
it was our sound. Yes, it was venía de la mata de los chamacos. Claro, everybody knew the way we danced and everything. A lot of the arreglos. But as time went on, okay, querían más and siempre a mí, a 34 CD, those didn't necessarily sound like the chamacos. We're doing the dances. That's why people put us together. But if you listen to Querían Más, and specifically Siempre a Mí, that whole CD, that sound nothing like Jaime y los Chamacos. Come on, man. Dude, and I have nothing against Jaime. We're great friends. Albert, I've known Albert for a lot of years too. But Albert has his own onda over there, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah, he
we all
does.
do the show and the dance. Well, everybody has their own little onda, in there. Grupo Oro, same thing. They danced at the beginning of their career. They have their own sound as well. It's very similar to the Intocables, the Intocables, Signo, Duelo, and Sólido. Vienen de la misma mata, Intocable, Pesado, but they all have their own unique little sound. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what makes you
Like
different. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Jaime's accordion is very unique. Awazamoto's accordion is very unique, and
Mhm.
David Lee's very unique and stuff like that.
Everybody
As soon as
has
you
their
can hear
own
him,
little,
boom,
yes,
like
their
that.
little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that little twist that you have to do for that. Now you are redoing some of your. Now you had 8 CDs with Freddie Record,
Wow.
right? And so since you didn't get music videos there, you're taking some of those older songs, I mean former songs,
Yes.
and making videos at. And uh, Nima,
Do you
have
have
you
one?
seen?
Do you have one
Of
ready to go?
course, of course I do.
Of course
Let's
you
hear
do.
it.
I have their new one, Besos de
Besos
Bonita.
bonitos. Besos
Okay,
bonitos.
so let's do.
Besos bonitos, not besos de bonita.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
doing multiple things here. I can't read. My Spanish sucks.
Yeah.
Besos bonitos. See, I can say it if I concentrate.
Oh,
Okay.
There
there
you
you
go.
go. There it is.
So, Nima, this is your first time seeing it.
Yes, absolutely.
I've seen it like 10 times today because I love it so much. Okay. All right, here you go.
no vives sin mi amor. Y siento orgullo que me hayas dicho que fue el primero que te besó. Pues esa dicha es la más grande que tú me has dado, princesita de mi amor. Besos bonitos, los que nos damos con mucho amor, entre caricias y cariñitos, me llegan dentro del corazón. Si no te hubiera dado un beso, jamás sabrías de mi amor. Pero hoy que ya te he besado, ahora comprendes que no vives sin mi amor. Y siento orgullo que me hayas dicho que fue el primero que te besó. Pues esa dicha es la más grande que tú me has dado, princesita de mi amor. Besos bonitos, los que nos damos con mucho amor, entre caricias y cariñitos, me llegan dentro del corazón.
Nice.
I love
Got
that.
that. Got that. That Who pose there at the end.
I love this song, and I like. See, this is where I first time I saw was the TMA one, and this was the next one, and I saw a big change in your voice and your vocals there, and I was going,
Yeah,
"Wow,
well, these are the latest ones that I've done, and I said, and that song. The funny thing is you can go listen to. We recorded that in 1995 on our very first CD, Unleashed. It's a song from the Tiranos del Norte. The lead singer wrote it. And the one we're gonna do here, released in April, same thing. Arrepiéntate. The company, they were so infatuated with Tiranos del Norte, they
Yeah.
would have us record. We recorded about 4 or 5 of the Tirano songs. Of course, our style. You know what I mean? There was some similarities, but more to our style. And they're really good songs, and I'm happy to be able to do them again and be able to show everybody this is how I sound today.
So real quick before we go too far,
Yes,
was
sir.
that the original bass player?
No.
Okay, because that made a big difference too.
Why? Why? What do you say?
The other was a skinny kid, and this guy he likes the tortillas. Yeah, he's like me. He's like me. He can't stay away from those tortillas.
No, no, this is not the original. The band today, myself, my
It's just
brother, and
you and your
Johnny,
brother, right?
and the drummer.
The drummer. Okay.
We're the originals that came in with uh, with Freddie Records back in
Okay.
1995.
Nice.
And then with the bass player, he's the lead singer and accordion player for Grupo Pecado. I helped him out, and he helps us. I help him out on the bajo when they play, and he helps us out on the bass. He actually has made the biggest difference in Potente right now as you see them. The reason why is I remember telling him, said I wasn't gonna really play too much more Potente. Just we played a little bit here and there, whatever. I wasn't gonna try to record too much or anything because it's just so hard, man. I remember a time when being part of a band was special. You know what I mean? Today, it ain't special. You tell me what band today is the same guys 6 months. It's hard. It's very, very difficult because somebody offers them more money. Unless you're one of the maybe top 10 bands that can pay money, even like that, they can't consistently pay them that amount because they can't get that amount of money consistently on that many gigs. So you see guys flying around playing with everybody. There's no consistency, there's no chemistry. And I'm not saying that to throw any shade at anybody. It's the
No,
truth.
it's
It is the
You know,
truth, absolutely. I mean, you asked that question, and I'm trying to think of what band, and I can't think of
tell
one.
me,
Even the Tropa F have, as gone their separate ways and come back and gone their separate ways. So yeah, I can't think of a band. I mean, not even David
Shelly.
Lee Garza. I mean, David Lee Garza,
Yeah.
he
Eh,
has a few different people there.
They swap out leads there, but Shelly had a consistent band back in the day, and of
Yeah, I
course
mean, a few of
Selena
them
did
had
too.
but
consistent bands.
I'm talking
But you're
about
talking about
today.
today.
But yeah, you're
Today,
right. There's
I
a
mean,
lot of
but even David Lee, he doesn't have the original. The
Yes,
sax player's
over the
right.
not longer
past
than stuff.
5 years. 5 years. Go back.
Yeah,
If it ain't a Grupo Signo or Intocable, these are the elite.
yeah,
These
Right.
guys are
signal.
getting paid. They're not even Solido, who does gig enough, and he has hard time keeping guys in there. I mean,
Right.
some of them, but I've seen. I remember Zach was a great accordion player for them years back, and I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, Zach ain't there no more. I'm assuming. I don't hold this to me. I'm assuming it's money. You know what I mean? It's all about money for the most
Yeah,
part. And
Yeah.
and, and, and I don't blame musicians for wanting to go make more money somewhere else. But today I was talking with a guy who helped me out, Luciano. Oh, this past Saturday we were in a Grasshopper Club in San Antonio. I was playing with Pecado, and we had a drummer sitting with us. Man, a cool guy, man, 30s, man. I had heard of him, and man, I had never performed with him. Phenomenal drummer. And I told him, I said, man, I said, man, I know you help a lot of bands, but you should come and sit down with one band. If
Right.
you sit down, and it's all right to play with other bands, but when this band plays, you play here. That's the modern day loyalty. The
Right.
guy from what's his name, Ronnie. I can't remember his last name, but he plays with Grupo Oro. He does performs with a lot of groups, but when Grupo Oro plays, he's their drummer. Nobody else. I said that's your modern day loyalty right there. There's your
Yeah.
number one band, and everybody else. Well, if I ain't playing with this guy, then I go play with him. That's fair because those guys, there's chemistry. That's what you see with us. We're starting to build some chemistry, and Daniel did that because we were having my friend Ali. He could play some gigs, he couldn't play other gigs. I was playing bass sometimes playing bajo. Now with Daniel, he says, "Well, if that's what y'all want, I'll help you out, man. Don't worry about that." Now, like, man, we got about 5 6 months in with him, performing. Now there's consistency now. Every time we get on stage, like, man, dude, we sounding better, sounding badass, and that's what you're lacking. That's what the event fanfare is
Yeah.
lacking, dude. You got a bunch of guys getting up there. Oh, I want to be on stage.
They
yeah, yeah,
switch.
And none of them have played together.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's sad. The losers are the people who are there watching that.
Yeah.
Or the lead singer that sounds bad
Yeah.
because of the band. Yeah,
I've said this several times. I remember Isabel Marie. The first time I watched her videos is great, and I saw her at fanfare. I was very disappointed because the band that was backing her, you could tell they didn't know her music and stuff like that. And I go, man, that just ruined it for me. And then the
Right.
second time I saw her, she got I guess she had more practice with this band because this band followed a lot better. I guess her dad got into it and started uh, bitching everybody out. And another thing, Rebecca Valdez was on this show and she paid these guys for a performance and all that and practice. And even though they got paid, they still didn't follow through and stuff like that. They think they could just wing it. Some artists, I mean, some musicians and stuff like that.
And that's one of the
It's
things. If
sad.
you're if you're a top 40, like a lot of these groups that go up there, the top 40
Yeah.
songs, everybody knows. Okay,
Right,
your
right.
Mustang, your top 15, 20 Mas songs. And almost every musician that you pick up in any corner knows those rotations because they're 40 years old. Those songs, so they know them. So, oh, well, we play Mas songs, play Ram song, play so and so song. Oh, la polka so and so. Well, everybody knows that. I said,
Right.
let me see one of those guys come and play with Potente. Guess what?
Right.
We're gonna suck. You wanna know why? 'Cause we ain't playing those top 40.
yeah,
We
Right.
ain't doing it.
Right.
We're gonna play our songs, and odds are, outside Linda Morenita, they don't know a single one of them. That's why it's important that we'll have my guys that play, and it makes it more it makes it more special. In my opinion, it does, and it's what the industry is lacking.
Yeah.
I may ruffle some feathers with saying that, but it's the truth, and it's what I'm going to be discussing.
It is the truth. It is the truth.
And I'm going to be discussing it this week on Puro Potente on Friday. Exactly
Right.
what we're discussing here.
Okay.
You're
Oh
beating
wait,
me to the punch.
So,
Ne-
so talk
Nemo.
to us. What's
Wait,
puro
wait.
potente?
Well, I was gonna say that. Okay, well, I was gonna say. Okay, go ahead. Tell them what Puta Potente is.
Well, it's like a little show that we do on Fridays. My brother and I and Johnny, and we're gonna be bringing on the other guys, and we're just basically it's all puro potente. Whatever we talk about, maybe stories, stuff that people don't know, or people ask questions about what we're
Yeah,
doing.
on
We
YouTube or Facebook Live or what? What are we talking
Facebook.
Facebook Live, Instagram. I'm gonna go YouTube Live for the first time this week. But I was gonna basically go there. We have a lot of friends who performed. My friend Ali performed on Sunday, and we're gonna talk about the relationships that we have with him and what are our ideas of what goes on. And like I said, some people may like it, some people won't. But it isn't gonna just because you don't agree with what we say isn't gonna make it any less true.
Okay,
about?
You know what I mean?
I watch a few of those episodes. So here's a couple little nuggets that I got that the other podcasts didn't get. Let's talk about when you came back. You were thinking about not playing under Potente.
He said that.
I know,
Yes,
but let's
but not
talk.
on the other podcast. No, the other podcast
That,
I didn't.
that was on
Yeah.
your podcast, not other podcast,
Yes,
but your
it
own.
was on the other interviews. I doubt. No, we
Right.
didn't touch on that.
So this is
Exactly. You're
so.
looking for something different. Here we go. Here
There
we
we
go.
go. Okay. Te-
Okay,
But,
so
His name.
but he mentioned it in this
No, but
interview.
okay, but I've
Okay,
got.
touch. Okay, but go ahead. Give us the
yes,
inside scoop of that because
well,
obviously
yeah,
he knows
inside.
something.
Yes,
Right.
obviously. Well, then he wants me to say it. I'm going to say it. Well, when we were playing, I came back and I was playing locally here in the Alice Kingsville Freer area with a bunch of guys here that I met. And I played probably from 2014, about 2014 to 2019. Played with this group La Fe. We had a nice group, cover group. We would do a lot of gigs around here. I mean, we weren't looking to be anything big, but just have a good time. And it got to a point where you know things built up, and people said things they shouldn't have said,
Whoa, like what?
and
Like what? Like what? Whoa, like what?
oh, here we go. You told me. You told me. Here we go. Hey,
Like
hey,
what?
I'm rolling. I'm rolling. No, hey,
Okay.
Let's tag him. Let's tag him.
no, we ain't tagging nobody, but we're gonna say we're talking about it. Look, uh, I'm a person. I know what I know. Music. You know what I mean. So wherever I go, I expect you to listen to what I'm gonna say, and I'm good. I mean, the guy who was running it, I give him all the backing. Give him all the backing, and then when we were playing one day, and he got drunk. And I said, you know what? I don't like to cheat people out. I don't like cheating nothing time. So in other words, if we're supposed to play till 12:50 or 1 o'clock, hey, bro, we still got 5 minutes. Well, he was a little bit entrao. He didn't like it. He says, what did he say? He yelled at me. He said, no, you know what? We're finished now. And I looked at him. He yelled at me in front of all the people and the guy with the sound. I looked at him. It's over. I said, well, that ain't the only thing. So as soon as I went outside, I said, you know what? It's done. I said, I'm leaving. I said, you guys, the rest of the band, you want to come play with me? Because I'm calling my brother tonight. Because I know he wants to play. And I said, I said, nobody speaks to me that way. Because I don't treat nobody like that. I give this guy all of my heart and soul, todo el respaldo, everything. He never had to worry. He always had my trust and everything. But you don't yell at me and scream in my face. You don't like something? Call me on the phone. We'll have this conversation on tape. Not delante de la gente, right there in front of you, like I'm some punk. I'm no punk. You know what I mean? Yeah. I said, you're lucky I didn't just go over to you, but you know what? I have more class than that. I just start whistling, put my bajo. Well, as soon as I got outside the back door, it's over. I said, y'all coming with me or y'all go with him? I don't give a shit. I said, but this is what's gonna happen. And then I called my brother on the way home that, hey, bro, you want to play? Yeah, here we go. And that's how we started. My brother says, let's do it. And so we got in and we were La Fe because most of us were still La Fe. Called in my drummer, Johnny. I needed a drummer. Said, hey, you want to drum? Come on. He was kind of scared. I said, man, come on. What the hell are you doing? What are you talking about scared? I ain't played in years. Just get over here. So we performed. My brother came in. They were both scared. They ain't played in a long time.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, man, it's me and my brother and Johnny. I mean, hey, we're one short of the original. And we were playing La Fe, and then my brother said, well, let's change the name. So they went when we were talking about Eficaz or Mosaico, whatever.
Right.
And Eficaz ended up being the name that we rolled with. we could have gone back with Potente, but my brother and I didn't want to go back to Potente. We didn't want to be Potente. We wanted to run as far from that name and that image as we could. Unfortunately, we quickly realized that that wasn't going to happen. There was way too many people. As soon as they saw my face and they saw my brother's face, Potente, that's it. I mean, you ain't going to get that out of their head. You know what I mean? So what does it matter what you call yourself? The
Yeah.
people that call you what they want to call you. So you know what? Let's go back to this logo. Let's do this. We brought in Ali, like I said, to try to get some of that chemistry back from back in the '90s, and because we did the good little things, and then all of a sudden, Ali, like I said, his schedules wouldn't align with us, so we were having to perform only sometimes. So that's when we got with Daniel, and Daniel came in and he's been very committed to the group. He's the guy who does the videos. Thank the Lord, I don't have to pay so much to do the videos. I get them at a discounted rate, so we should be able to do more of them. And it's just the positive vibes, and
Yeah.
that's one thing. One thing that Daniel referenced when he came into the band, he would watch me, Junior, and Johnny. He says, "Man, the support system y'all have for each other is just unbelievable. I've never seen it." I said,
Yeah.
"No," I said,
A
because
family. Yeah.
yeah, it's our world. I mean, dude, it's me and Junior and Johnny. That's it. It's us against the world. I don't care if you don't like us. You can tear us down. You can yell at us. We can run us all out. We went to do a gig right before Christmas, and the guy running the sound or putting the sound showed up late. La señora y el señor me cagaron right there. They didn't pay me. They said, "Get out of here. We don't want you no more." And I said, "It wasn't our fault, man." I said, "I can't connect this stuff until the guy gets here." He was 40 minutes late. And well, we got ran out, and I mean, it's a bummer. We really wanted to play, but you know what? We're the ones that took it. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna yell at the guy, man. You have your whatever reason you couldn't make it here on time or whatever. I'm not even gonna go there. So I took it, and things like that happen, and I just just take it on the chin. Hey man, come on, we're gonna make it up the next gig. We're gonna make it the next gig, and then just bring the energy and you see the passion, and that's what I think. Like I say, that's what in my opinion, a lot of bands lack passion. That's it.
That's true. Now,
No short of passion here. I can tell you that. No short of
Now-
passion here.
okay, now Nemo, I wanted him to tell that story because I have a video for when they did it because he showed it on his podcast, well, his Facebook Live.
Just-
So I have it queued up, so I'm gonna let you. And it's
This-
under
What band is this?
It's under
Epicaz.
Epicaz, okay, and it's
Epicaz.
Amora de no Historia de Amor, okay.
Historia de Amor.
So here it goes.
Pongan atención a lo que les voy a contar, tal vez un día les pasó o quizá les pasará. Todo comenzó con una solicitud de amistad. Él se la mandó, ella lo aceptó y así empezó la historia de amor. Se contaron todo de sus vidas y se dio la cita. Todo era bonito, era tan perfecto, una fantasía. Lo que había soñado en una princesa como de revista. Era inevitable no enamorarse de su gran sonrisa. Como una estrella, como de novela, la protagonista se sentía ella. Se sentía a salvo cuando entre sus brazos se la protegía. Era como el príncipe azul que él había soñado un día en su historia de amor. Ella lo aceptó y así empezó la historia de amor. Se contaron todo de sus vidas y se dio la cita. Todo era lo que había soñado en una princesa como de revista. Era inevitable no enamorarse de su gran sonrisa. Como una estrella, como de novela, la protagonista se sentía ella. Se sentía a salvo cuando entre sus brazos se la protegía. Era como un príncipe azul que ella había soñado un día en su historia de amor. Y se dio la cita, todo era bonito, era tan perfecto, una fantasía. Lo que había soñado en una princesa como de revista. Era inevitable no enamorarse de su gran sonrisa. Como una estrella, como de novela, la protagonista se sentía ella. Se sentía a salvo cuando entre sus brazos se la protegía. Era como el príncipe azul que ella había soñado un día en su historia de amor, en su historia de amor, en su historia de amor.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, Efika sounds just like Potente to me too.
Ah,
No,
hey, that's funny because I was gonna tell you about this one right here.
that's progressive Potente though.
This was yeah. So I mean, we were just it was very difficult when we came back because on top of that, Johnny and Junior were both kind of skeptical. They were doubting if they could play anymore. I didn't feel that way because I had already been playing 5 years locally here with La Femme, and it was difficult for them to first get the courage to perform again, and number one, and build that confidence, and two, uh, to know what we were gonna do. Obviously, we decided we didn't want to be potente, so we were trying to run from that image or that sound. So this is kind of what you got, and you're like, well, while a lot of there was quite a few people who liked the song, we were still lost. I mean, what do we do? We don't know what we want to do. So it's very hard, and people don't understand the difficulty. Uh, I heard, what's her name? Elsa Garcia. I
Okay.
heard her talk about on one of her interviews where she says how scary it is. You know that you've done this before, and you think you can still do it. And I don't think that and people really realize how Jennifer Pena is another one.
Yeah.
What do you call it? When you take off that amount of time, you know this is what you
Culturas
love
is
to
another
do.
one.
Exactly, dude.
Yes.
There's doubts. Can I still do this? Will people accept me doing this? These are all the demons that are going on in your head. That any, like I said, the Jennifer Peñas, Elsa Garcias, the Culturas, anybody who's done something like that, it's scary, man. Now like, oh man, we're gonna kill it every time we go, man. That's the attitude we got. We're gonna get on stage, we're gonna kill this, come on, let's do it. Because that's the attitude, but that wasn't the attitude, uh
It's scary.
2021 with the
Is it the
pandemic.
is it the
Go ahead.
fact that your stage presence, or is it the fact that you won't get a crowd, or both?
No, the crowd, I don't care about the damn crowd.
Okay, so
The
it's a
crowd,
stage
the
presence.
crowd is irrelevant.
Just
It's just I don't know. It's just demons. I can say in the
mhm.
back, man. Can I do this? I know this is what I like to do, and it's funny because when I looked at Elsa Garcia's face on the interview and then Jennifer Pena's face on the video, I see the look because
Yeah.
it's the exact look that we had, dude. I was like, man, I could resonate with their look so much because we went through it, and all you have to do is just get going. Once you
Yeah.
get going, man, that'll all work itself out. But who's here to tell you that? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And even if they told it to me, was I gonna believe it? No. You just gotta get rolling, and man, let your passion take over, and all that will smooth itself out.
Absolutely,
Oh
And
yeah.
that's what happened,
and it did. Good for
And,
you.
and they kicked ass because I saw Elsa at Vegas Tejano
yes,
and I
yes,
saw Jennifer Pena several times. Like
dude. I saw what I remember. I remember watching her do an interview before her Vegas performance. Okay, and I remember because I didn't go to Vegas, obviously, but I'm watching a lot of the things. I got a lot of Facebook friends over there, and she early that day before she performed, she had an interview. She was getting dressed or whatever, this and that. And say, "Oh man, I'm gonna be able to do the show the way I want to do it," and I'm like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? That was awkward for an artist of her level that
I
reached her
understand.
level of success to be saying it at this juncture, saying something like that. I'm going to be able to do a show the way I want to do it. I'm like, well, have you been a puppet? So I said I was intrigued. So I'm watching her through the different feeds, and then I realized what she meant. I said exactly the way I want to do it. It's what I do. I said if Jennifer Brenda can do it, so can I. There's a changing of the outfit. She put on a little skirt with a little hat, then come out with another thing with a little nawa. I said that's what it is. That's what I'm talking. She doesn't want to just play. She wants to perform and change outfits like Taylor Swift. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I said, and that's what she meant, dude. It was a phenomenal show. What I saw, and I'm glad that she did that, and I commend her on that, and I hope that she keeps doing that so that that would spawn to all of these artists.
Yes.
I'll get off in the middle of the song. I'll put the set together. Okay, guys, I'm gone because I have an extra bajo player. You guys play the song too. I'm gonna get another outfit. Okay, we're blowing them muerto. I'm gonna do the dance and everything. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm here to
nice.
perform. Yeah, because that's what I like to do. I just got some guy that left me a message on one of my YouTube videos. Oh, you lost a fan. It's embarrassing. You know what? Thank
What's
you for reminding
embarrassing?
me.
The
The
outfit
way,
changes?
the way I was dancing, or what, however, what he didn't like. I
I
said
say
that's
I
what
love
I
those
like to do.
moves.
I like to dance. I like to do those things. There's people who like that. I said, man, when I watch Sonny, I read some of the stuff Sonny said,
Uh-oh.
bro. I said, I like, man, that dude's gotta have some rhino skin, bro, to
Because he's
take.
shaking his ass.
Yes, I'm gonna say there's some stuff I watch a lot of Sonny's videos. Okay, there's some stuff I like, there's some stuff I don't. But you know what? There's some people that like it, or he wouldn't be performing.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. He's got a
so
following.
yes, he does, and they love him. Whatever he does, they eat it up. So he's playing for those people. He ain't playing for those people that leave all those stupid comments. And I don't mind if you don't like what he does. Like I said, man, that's okay. But why do you feel compelled to have to leave a negative comment? Please keep it to yourself, man. You don't
You
like
get
it?
triggered. Oh, he's shaking his ass.
Yes.
Ah.
I mean, and I've seen Sonny. I saw an interview with Sonny, and he was laughing at it. It's like, man, I'm gonna take a page from Sonny, man. I'm gonna take a page from Sonny. He don't care. Like, man, he'll actually laugh at the comments that he goes. They stay with you, bro. I'm serious. They stay with you. I mean, he reads it. Trust me, the way I read these comments. I'm like, man, if you don't like what I'm doing, dude, just don't watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some groups that I don't particularly. I don't. They're just not my type. My cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I
What
don't.
groups? What groups? What groups?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not publicly, but there are groups that they're not my cup of tea, and that's fine. But you don't see me patrolling their pages
Yeah, yeah,
saying,
yeah, yeah.
"Vato,
Yeah.
no,
People have
déjame
nothing
comentar
better to
algo
do.
malo."
I agree.
No, dude, because dude, now that's hating. It's okay to not like a group because it's not your cup of tea. But once you pass that line and you go to their social media
Yeah.
platforms
Mhm,
and drop in negative comments,
mhm.
bro, now that's hate. There's no need for that. Now, if you want to go tell your friend, oh, ese pinche vato no vale madre, toca como la que chingada, whatever, that's fine.
So
But
like if
don't
you like if you have a platform like here and say he doesn't do an interview with you, is it right for you to say something on this platform, or you shouldn't say anything at all? Or maybe you should go
say
to
no.
okay.
No,
All
no.
right.
Now,
That's good
that's
to know.
funny. That's funny. I know. See, I knew what I was stepping in. See, buddy warned me. I knew I was going to step in here. I said, no, I'm going to give you the political answer, which is fine. I'm not going to step on anybody's toes. But you know what? Off, off this. Oh, okay. Well, I'll open up a little bit, but not on here because everybody, dude. It's like my dad used to say this. Cada cabeza es un mundo. It takes all kinds to make this world.
Yeah.
Some click, some vibe, some don't. That's why some musicians are best friends, and some they no se odian. They can't stand each other. And I mean, if you ask them why, hell, most of the time they don't even know why.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
don't even know that.
and it was stand to reason for you guys to be rivals with you and Hyman, but you said y'all weren't. Which
Dude,
is something.
no, exactly.
You liked him, you admired him. He was an inspiration,
I'm
and
gonna
you
give you
even
another
said it out
story.
loud.
Another story, another nugget for you that I don't think I've ever told this to anybody.
Okay.
When we first got in, when we got signed with Freddie Records, okay, we were in the middle of recording the first CD, Unleashed. Jaime, I think I want to say they were recording Tres Veces Te Engañé or Como Te Amas Paloma, somewhere around that time. And Jaime happened to walk in the studio. We weren't there, but Jaime happened to be recording or something like that, and he told Freddie, because in those days Freddie and John and little Freddie were in the studio a lot. He says, you know what, you ought to sign this group called Potente. And they looked at him like, did we just hear you right? He says, well, we already have them, and they put on the cute on thing. That's a good. They're a good band.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, we were huge fans. So hell, man, well, I remember we were recording. They were doing the Johnny Canales show there. They came in. I was like, oh, they were doing Tres Veces thing, and yeah, like we're blown away. Like, oh man, we had met them, but I mean, they're in there. We're kicking back with them. They're in the studio, and like, man, it was just. I mean, we went on to perform with them several times. Jaime gave my brother a little case for his little wireless back in those days. I mean, there was. I never felt it. You know, and then, if he said anything that negative towards us, I never felt it. I never knew it. He was always real good with us.
So they thought Jaime was going to be like jealous of
Of
you if
course,
they did.
of
They
course,
were scared
because
of
they're
that.
gonna be like, well, no, not just that. I mean, oh, these are your new toys.
Yeah.
These are your new toys. Hey, you know how a little kid. Well, I got my old toys, but leave the old toys here. I got a new toy now. You know what I mean? And well, hey, the Buzz. You remember the Toy Story, the Buzz and the Woody?
They were,
The Woody didn't want Buzz.
gotta
Come on,
replace
man.
them.
You got
Yeah.
his toy. Yeah, get out of here. And they became best friends. Well, very similar to that. You know what I mean? So I mean, I was glad that there was never any animosity. He knew that, and I later went on to have detailed conversations with Roel here in Alice, because he lives in Alice, about some of the things that I'm quite sure were said, just never got back to us behind the closed doors. But it wasn't hatred. It wasn't a hatred thing. It was a perspective thing, because we were talking about La Mafia and what was the other group that plays like them? Uh,
Like La Mafia.
the Mafia, Magnifico Siete. I think like that.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
They play a lot like them, and the differences in opinion between myself and Royal. Royal was saying, "No, man. He
You're all
said,
with chamacos now, right? Yeah.
Royal Johnson. Yes, good friend of mine. I mean, when I
Oh,
would
I
go
thought you were
for
talking
him,
Roel from
No, no,
Rodeo.
no. Rob,
no,
no. He's Rob from chamacos.
Okay.
Royal Johnson for the Chamacos.
Okay.
And we would go over there, and I'd spend the night there. Man, I wouldn't leave his house at 6 in the morning. We'd be drinking all night and just conversating. And he said, no, man, like Magnifico Siete, that's Mafia's brand, man. They're taking their money. And then, well, it was about 4:35 in the morning. He says, like you guys did with us. I said, whoa, 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 whoa,
Wow.
whoa,
How many tequila shots have y'all had already?
filled with beer. But I'm not taking this. I'm not taking it personally. So you know what? I said, no. I said, I think you got the wrong perspective here, Royal. I said, look. I said, let's first start with the Mafia and Magnifico City. What do you think the Mafia charges right now for a show? Just don't number 50, 100,000. I don't know. I don't know. It's not my business. But it's somewhere out there, 50, 100, could be more. I don't know. All right, that's what they
Depends on
charge.
the venue,
How much
yeah.
yeah, how much does Magnifico Siete charge for a venue? Maybe $3 or $4 or $5,000. Okay, now if that number was 10,000 and 5,000, I might be inclined to agree with you. Trust me, anybody who paid 5,000 for Magnifico Siete probably couldn't afford 50 or 100. So they ain't taking, no le están tumbando nada. I said, now let's go back to 95, 96, 97, 98, whenever. I said, well, I mean, I know you guys were raking it in, man. Trust me. Well, we're gigging 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, maybe. Dude, y'all were raking in way more than that. So trust me, anybody that was hiring us, they couldn't afford you guys. That's it. So don't tell me that we were te estamos tumbando. Now, if they were close, like Albert Zamora got to charge some decent money with Jaime. So now that I could agree, that was more of a tú me estás tumbando, you're taking my style, whatever. You want to make that argument with him, that's fine. But not us. We weren't the people who were hiring us were not going to hire you because they couldn't afford you. Punto. Punto.
That's true.
Punto. Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, so it's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Oh,
And
we
we
haven't
haven't
even
had a
hit the
chat.
chat.
So let's do
Okay.
a chat real quick.
Okay, we're only gonna touch a few. Okay. Hey, Luis, this is Anthony. All right, and he says incredible jam, for sure. Love it, Alfredo. I saw Alfredo this weekend,
Nice.
and I did see his Grupo Fijo, so I'm
Oh,
off the
cool.
hook.
Badass.
Alfredo, you know what? By mistake, I call him Albert. By
Yeah.
mistake, because someone's trying to kick me out of the back, and I said, "I'm here to talk to Albert." And I go, "Oh my god, I can't believe I call him Alfredo. I mean Albert Alfredo." But I did, so I'm off the hook because Anthony, you don't know this, but like 2 years that he invited me to come see him at Fanfare, and I totally forgot about it. So, and then last year he's
Put 'em
playing on
up.
Sunday, and so I actually got to see him this past Saturday. So I'm off the
Okay,
hook.
awesome.
Okay.
I hear what it say. Grupo Fijo just got a very hateful comment about the singer. My
Oh,
daughter
what?
put him in his place very
Okay,
politely. Jamie Smith.
Anthony, we go on in sequence. So
Okay.
just
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Because I was
sorry.
like, what are you talking about? I didn't hear and read that. Okay.
you're not
That's
gonna
okay.
pull that. You're not gonna pull that. We're done. We're done. Okay.
We're done.
Not today. Not today.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey.
okay, Luis, they're talented always watching the Rio
From
Grande.
from Rio Grande City.
All right.
Gracias. Thank you.
Alfredo says, great song, loves it.
Thank
All
you, man. I
right.
appreciate it, bud.
Buddy's the
Kind
favorite
words.
person. Yes, I'm his favorite person now that I got to see him. And this is his wife, Janie, and she's the one that recommended. Janie, I was going to use your idea and go get the chat, but Anthony is so his stories are so intriguing that I couldn't break it up. So I'm sorry, Janie. Maybe in a future show when we have a guest that's kind of slow, I guess. I don't. But Anthony was great.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, it's my fault, Janie.
No,
It's
no,
my
no.
fault. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault. I wanted to do your recommendation, but
Hey, that's
it's
all right.
Anthony's
I'll
fault.
take care of you. I'll take care of you, buddy. I told you. Don't
Okay.
worry. I'll make you look good. This was my fault, and I'm okay. I think it's okay because we had a great show. Or we've had
Yeah.
a great show, so
Hey,
I'm
real
good with
quick,
that.
I gotta go, man. I getting up this bad cramp, so I'm sorry about that. But
Okay.
That's all
All
right. You
right.
take care,
yeah,
Nemo.
yeah.
That's fine. All right. Yeah. Nemo's got a hard out at about 8 o'clock, so he gave us an extra 15 minutes.
Okay.
I think I told you the last we're an hour show, so he's
Yeah.
got things he's got to do. But
That's
you and I
fine.
can finish up the chat.
You got
Okay.
it. We'll hold it down.
Janie, what did Janie say? A group of people just got very hateful comment about the singer. My daughter put him in his place very politely. Oh, that's what you were talking about. I didn't know that.
That's what I was saying. I was reading that comment, and I think she was go ahead and piggyback off what I was saying about as far as what do you call it? There's no need to be
Oh, hateful.
putting in comments like that. There's just no need. I mean, if that's your opinion, keep it to yourself. It's perfectly fine. We all have our opinions, but there's no need to be on other people's social media platforms throwing hate comments. At least in my opinion.
Well, I have I kind of like zipped up when you're talking about Sonny because Sonny and I have a little history, and
Oh,
yeah. So I was going, okay, I'm not gonna say anything because I've been
well, no,
talking shit about Sonny.
I've never met Sonny
Okay.
personally. I don't know him, but I do keep up with him because he is a showman.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
and we're gonna have a lot of the similarities because of how he likes to perform
Okay.
and I like to perform. We're both somewhat of a show band, and we're gonna have a lot of the negativity similar because some people will like what you're doing, some people we don't. I
Yeah.
don't know him personally, so
I
but
I don't have any issue with his music and stuff like that. It's more of a personal thing, but
what's fine. Like,
I do not like his shaking his butt in front of my face. I remember one time I was shooting some footage. I was in front, and his big ass is right there on my face. I'm going, I'm gonna move my camera and all that other stuff. So
but
other than that,
it's his show, I mean, that's
yeah,
what he does. I don't think he's doing anything other than being himself. Like I said, and there are fans who accept him and
yes,
and
yes,
love it, and they eat it up. And more power to him and all the fans who enjoy him. Like I said, but I see some of the comments, man. I'm like, dude,
yeah, yeah.
Dios mío, there's no need to that. I mean, if you don't like him, just don't block him or pass him up on your feed. You know what I mean? There's no need to
Yeah.
send
I
all
mean,
that hate.
musically, I don't have an issue with them or that. It's just a personal thing that happened at a media gala between he and I. And I've expressed that to other people
Of
in
course,
other shows and stuff. But other than that, I don't, musically, I don't have an issue like
I,
that.
I, I support all the artists. Like I said, especially
I try to be positive. Yeah.
yes, like someone who is Sonny, who takes a lot of criticism for what he does. It takes a lot of courage to continue to get up there to play for the
Yeah.
fans that he knows that enjoy his music, and yet he's gonna get criticized so much. So,
Yeah.
it's hard to navigate that. So bands like or people like myself who like to do things that maybe some people in this industry don't agree with, we got to kind of stick together. So I
I
kind of
gotcha.
side
I
with Sonny.
gotcha. I gotcha. Hey, no worries. Dr. Joe, that happens to be my brother. I told you
Oh, what's
my
up,
brother's a
Doctor
doctor
Joe?
and all that.
The one
Yeah.
who knows. Okay.
All right. So he said, and it's past his bedtime too. So he said, good night. All right. And then Jay, this will be the last one. He said, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there. All
For
right.
sure.
Thanks, JD. I'm giving you the last word since.
Give me the last word.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, for the chat, I'm giving her the last words for the chat and stuff like that. But I had a great time, and like I said, I do lots of research. I still had some. I didn't get into the Michael Jackson fetish that you have.
We do that. We do that. We'll
We'll
save
do it
that one
next
for
time.
the next one for sure. I
Okay.
guarantee you. And
All
next
right.
time I won't put the green screen, and we'll
Okay.
see all the rest of the stuff behind me.
Okay.
How's
Okay.
that? How's that?
That works. All right. And I know you got. Okay. Well, tell everybody about how to contact you. We've been scrolling your phone number. Uh, Let me put it back on there on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
But tell us, tell everybody where they can find you.
Like in the social media world, Facebook, Potente, Anthony Quintanilla. I mean, you can look at us up on Instagram. You can find our videos on YouTube, Potente. You can
And
go
you
to
have a lot of
Instagram.
ones, and they're real good. And I had them all queued up, but we're running out of time. Well,
That's
we went
fine.
over.
Like I said, I'll try to every show put a video or two of the most current show just
Yeah.
to show people what we're doing and how we're getting better and the outfits. I mean, you didn't touch on the outfits very
I,
much.
I
We
know.
were they're very colorful, and
Yes.
we try to be that very loud,
We didn't talk
bright.
about your shoes either.
Exactly. But remember that we've already talked about. We left some nuggets here that
Yes, that's
other
true.
shows didn't do it to make this the rest. So I think we accomplished that today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in and hearing my story. Thank you, buddy, to you and Nemo for having me on. It's a pleasure. I hope we can roll it back later on in the year after we do Arrepiéntete so we can show that to your viewers and then we can get more into the unique outfits that we have. One
Yeah,
more time, to my
definitely.
family and friends, thank you so much for tuning in. And till next time, my friend.
Okay. Now we're gonna close the show together, and you'll
Oh,
probably get the hit.
okay, let's do it.
I'm I'm your host Oraldo for It's Tejano Time, and then
Anthony Quintanilla,
with Potente,
Potente.
and you're
Yes.
watching, and you've been listening and watching Tejano Talk. All right. Thanks again,
Okay.
and appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to meeting you live and develop this friendship and
Likewise.
stuff. All right.
Likewise. It was a pleasure. Like I said, I don't think I've had an interview with someone here that I haven't met that doesn't seem to be good people. Hilda,
Thank you.
Lawrence, all the three amigos, yourself, Nemo. I don't think I've only met Juan.
Okay.
Mendoza and Lila, of all of you guys live. And it would be a pleasure to meet you guys and hang out and get to know you on a more personal level. So hopefully, que si Dios quiere, that'll happen here soon.
Okay, well, maybe the next big event, I went to Media Gals Fanfare. Next one I'm going to is Vegas. Any plans to go to Vegas this year?
I wish, man. I
Okay,
wish. I don't. I might take you up on that one. I don't know. Let me tell my wife. Would you like
okay.
to? Because I've been wanting to go just to run around and meet people, take pictures, see,
Oh
go hang
yeah.
out, and see what's going on. Because there's so much media, dude. That's a huge event over there. All the people that are running around the Tejanos. I mean, even if you're not performing or nothing, las amistades, the friendships, the connections, the
Oh
relationships
yeah.
you make. I mean, they're son para siempre. You know what I mean? We're all doing
Yeah.
the same thing, so it's awesome, man.
Okay, and another thing, we were talking about groups. Musicians they get together and stuff like that, or they separate into bands. At Vegas, I don't know. Have you ever been to a Vegas Tejano before?
Oh, very, very old one. One of the very first ones
Okay.
back
Well,
in 90. What was that?
this will be my fourth one and consecutive, and they do like an after party after the buy list, and I don't know if they had
Oh,
it back there, but a lot of these musicians get together from different bands and they perform,
right.
and J.R. Gomez, he gets up with all of them and he's great and stuff like that. Cindy Ramos, goes up. I mean, there's a lots of one year they booed somebody, but
Oh,
that's a story for another time. Okay,
yeah, we're gonna keep that one. You
but
tell me that one next time.
I'm sure they wouldn't boo you if you were on there like that. But
Oh, I don't know. Hey, it depends, my man. Hey, if I drank too many, maybe
oh, it
so.
get better. But
No. Hey, what's the thing, man? When you're getting up there with a different bunch of musicians, it's different, man. It's a
oh
whole
yeah,
different dynamic. Now, me and my guys get up there. Oh man, we're gonna bring the house down. I tell you, that's the attitude I have, and I love it. But with somebody else, I wouldn't feel too bad. I mean, we're having fun. You know what I mean?
all right.
That's why guys get up and almost because Lucky Joe did this with here Sunday with my friend Ali. Lucky Joe and friends. I'll tell you my
Oh, a
ideas about
fanfare.
that later. Yes, but I mean I'll tell you what I thought about it as far as the in the event, but what I feel about as far as them doing that, that's cool. I just, in my opinion, I don't think that's the event for it, but that's
Okay,
my opinion. You know what I mean? But
I got you.
what they were doing is cool. You know what I mean? Because that's, as a musician, that's the funnest thing you can do. Get with your guys that you know. Oh, so and so band.
Compadres.
Hey, yeah. Hey, let's get this, man. You know the song. Let's run it back, man. Hell yeah. And then you get all juiced up, and then another guys get up. You pass the ball according to the next guy. Dude, that's the funnest thing. That's
Oh
a jam
yeah,
session. You
and
cannot
that's what
have
the
more
after
fun
party's
than that.
like at Vegas Tejano.
Exactly. It's not. That's not for the listeners.
Yeah,
That is for the musicians.
yeah.
So if you're listening and
Oh,
you're
it's for
you're
us
bored,
too. It's for us too.
yeah,
I mean,
hey,
I
cool.
had a
But
great time.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is the listener, if there's a listener and they're booing that, there it's not about you. It's about
No,
them.
okay. The booing was because that person didn't want to get off the stage and get out
Oh,
their turn.
that's the difference. No, see, you didn't tell me that. No, okay, no, okay. Let me retract
Oh,
that. Okay.
this one lady she got on her little cart and had to roll through the crowd. Said, okay, it was awesome. Okay, all right.
Okay, that added flavor to the show, bud.
I know. Okay, so this
My
is for
man, you
everybody
take care.
this is for everybody who stuck around after 8 o'clock and stuff like that. Okay, and you've been listening and watching Tejano Talk. All right, thanks again, and we'll talk hopefully in the near future. All right,
Yes, sir.
and
You take
we
care,
got
bud.
to thank Gavino for this too. All right, and
There you go.
broadcast.